Hello, everybody! Holy shit, we're finally back with a new review about a movie that came out in March. So, quick update on a few things, because I know we not had any reviews in 2 weeks. So, you're going to get 3 in this week. First off, the last week of November, there wasn't shit that came out. I mean, we were looking, there's like no newer movies. Like, we were thinking of almost going and see Schindler's List. Sorry, I lisped in the middle of that. And also choked on my own saliva.
Schindler's Lisp.
Yeah, Schindler's Lisp. 3 hours of juice. I mean, really wrong. We were almost thinking about that, but 3 hours of talking about one of the considered best movies of the year or of all time. It's like, then I put that in quotation just because like I was like, never seen the movie. Weren't really sure about that, and then even the weekend of my birthday, which was last week, shit, there was nothing. There was nothing that fucking came out. I do not know. Well, like Mary Queen of Scots, but even then, I had like scattered showtimes. Like I was looking at I'm like, well, there's one here. We were almost gonna go see Anna and the Apocalypse, but that's got so bad showtimes as well. Like the only place we could find that was playing it was like 30 miles from us. And also, all of this week before all of this, we've been cat sitting. So we've actually not had really much time to be able to get out and about a ton. But hey, as you can see, we are talking about blockers, which I swore for the longest was actually called cock blockers because it's the premise of the movie. In all essence, John Cena, Leslie.
G-rated title.
Yeah, for a hard R film starring John
The
Cena.
is raunchy.
Yeah.
You see Gary Cole's business.
Yeah. Though I think we eventually learn later on it's a stunt double.
Like it's actually a prosthetic.
No, same difference.
Is what it is.
Still, you see
Gary
part
Cole,
of it.
Gary Cole apparently was willing to show off. Like,
Willing to show his coal. Just to let y'all know about Blockers, the reason why we caught this is it was playing on HBO. We're like, yeah, fuck it, let's go watch it. And I knew it came out this year. I'm like, I've kind of been needing some movies for this year. Maybe it's going to be bad. In fact, I kind of had a bit of an almost negative attitude because I was like, okay, trailers look sort of funny, but I fear we're going to have an
Office Christmas Party Part 2.
Yeah, where Office Christmas Party really wanted to be that raunchy Christmas movie that never accomplished.
When, like, held back, I guess, for fear of offending people?
Yeah, and oh my god, this movie does not hold back, and I was so happy.
No, I mean, you see in the trailers, like, he chugs beer with his ass, John Cena does, and there's another scene where all the kids are, like, vomiting on each other.
But that's the only, like, real, like, gross bits, I guess you could say. But even then, they strange enough work. In fact, a lot of the jokes strange enough work. I don't know if it was a lowered expectation or something, but I laughed my ass off throughout a good chunk of this movie. It does not help that Leslie Mann always does Manic really well. Big puppy dog John Cena is just the best thing ever. And then
You just like at the end him shirtless.
He's more shirtless. He's naked. You see his ass.
I was like, you don't see anything else, but
I was like, you just see ass. You don't see John Cena's, Cena Jr. He has little arms and muscles too. Ooh.
He has like big, tall, like built like a tank. You said.
Yeah, he's built like a motherfucking tank. He's like, dear God, I'm gonna have my way with you. I guess so, Mr. Cena.
He's like, okay, just please don't hurt me.
Just please spit on it. Oh, like I said, this movie, those who've seen the trailers or if you haven't seen it, because like I said, the movie's been out for a while. It's about Leslie Mann, John Cena, and I cannot remember the other guy.
He was that one guy from Knocked Up. I think the one who was growing out the beard.
Maybe I don't know.
Martin?
Might have been Martin. Who knows? Here, Megan can look it up.
I was like, I'm deathly curious. Like, what the hell?
But yeah, they have daughters who all decide to go in on a sex pact. And there's actually a reason why they end up going along with everybody.
I don't think that was him. Wait, not the one.
That's what you think. And in all essence, they try to stop them. Though, the one thing I think that was surprising... Calmly. Wait till it puts movie. Then you
I was
can
trying to scroll back that way.
You're doing it too fast. It's actually... Sorry, Megan's going super, super fast for some reason. Stop.
Your thing won't move.
Hey, now. Megan sits there and just scrolls through as hard as humanly possible. It's like, arr, arr! It's like hitting my phone will not make it feel any better.
Well, your phone's a damn slippery.
Hey, now. Maybe it's all the lube I put on it. But
Suicide Squad.
As Megan steps on top of me. But no, really they just try to stop their daughters from having sex on prom, and that's the gist of the movie. Take that away. But you would think that's going to be like a simplistic plot. Well, for the most part, if you think about it, like American Pie has a simplistic plot, and it still is funny to this day. This, it helps that all these people have a natural charisma and they actually kind of play off each other rather well. You have the one guy who nobody knows who the hell he is. He's actually very funny with most of his stuff. There's a lot of little very jokes he does. Some of the good physical humor and mugging that he can do is actually pretty damn good. John Cena, like I said, he's just a big old puppy dog, and he's just so naive and dumb. It's just hilarious.
He's not quite like The Rock in Central Intelligence.
He's not quite as naive as that. He's not that full of naivete, you know.
He's just like, I must protect my daughter from having sex.
Mm-hmm.
It's like...
Yeah, and then, of course, there's Leslie Mann. She's usually good in almost everything she's in, so... Hey... High five for that. The biggest problem I will say with this movie, if I'm going to talk about anything negative, because I don't want to sit here and talk about all the jokes that are funny, because one, it ruins the humor of it, and I'm breaking down why this joke's funny. The biggest problem, though, I will say, is probably the daughter, strange enough.
I would say probably the kids.
Yeah, it's one, because they are your stereotypical teenagers in certain regards. There's some things they say there's like, shut up. Shut up. And then there's also certain actions they do that are just kind of stupid, to put it nicely. I get it. They're teenagers and they're going to make mistakes. But thankfully, this movie feels like it has more heart than it really needs to for such a raunchy comedy. And I think that's what helps. Like, it doesn't feel like it's just... Like, my issues with The Hangover is it's a very mean-spirited comedy, but there is no heart to them all. They all don't really like each other. They're not very good friends to each other. Why would you stay friends with this? Reason why Hot Tub Time Machine, a very raunchy comedy and very, mean at times, works because they do end up being friends. They end up being really close to each other by the end of it. Second movie kind of fucks it over, but well, this movie... There is some heartfelt stuff. Each one of the parents gets to, in a way, reconcile with their teenager one way or the other. And each way feels like it's been earned. Not just through the actions.
It feels natural.
Yeah, it feels very natural. It feels like they each deserved that kind of an ending. This should have happened this way. Yay! And again, it helps that, the teenagers are not the worst. They're decent actors. Just like I said, just some of their actions just make you want to just like, stop it. I just can't help it. Teenagers annoy me. Good thing I don't have any.
I was like, not yet.
Yeah, I must say, I got a few years for that at least. So... What about you? I've just been sitting here, filleting this for the most part. What about you, Megan?
Yeah, judging from the trailers, like, it looked really dumb. It's like, okay, it might be a couple parts that I'm gonna chuckle at, but most parts gonna be like so dumb and gross and just not funny at all. It's like, what? But surprisingly, there were a number of jokes that I laughed at, both physical and like little one-liners and stuff. And also, surprisingly, there was a lot of this. I think we both related to it, like different parts.
Yeah.
Like I think you related to John Cena.
Yeah, in some regards.
Been like very gonna be very protective of our kids.
Mm-hmm.
And me being kind of like Leslie Mann's like.
Yeah.
Like I don't know about that. It's like, I'll deal with society tomorrow.
Yeah, totally Megan. I love her, folks. I do. Yeah,
Yeah, like you said, it does have heart. It's relatable.
yeah. Just to give away a little bit of plot of the movie, it's a movie that's 9 months old already. You could have gotten pregnant shortly before this and already have a kid out. Not so. One of the daughters, I'm not going to spoil which one, she actually is gay, and there is a whole deal with all of that. And in fact, it's dealt with in a heartfelt kind of way.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about that storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Because her parent, it's like, oh yeah, no, she's totally gay. It's like, I already know, even though she didn't tell me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is fine. And she, like, very reluctantly, I guess, just to be included.
Decides to go on the sex pact.
To, like, go in on, the sex pact with the other two. And they both had their own stupid little reasons for doing it.
Yeah. And I think that's where I get annoyed the most.
Yeah, like, one girl, she wants her first time being with her boyfriend on prom night. You know, she wants to be, sweet and romantic and perfect,
That one's okay. That one I'm like, oh, I sort of understand each other. I'd lost mine like 4 or 5 years before that.
Yeah, another girl, she's like, yeah, I'm giving you a piece of that, and it's like, yeah, we're having sex tonight, yeah. And
she's acting like a bro.
Yeah, it's like, she's such a horn dog, and, like, the dude she's with is, like, so chill. It's like, okay, well, thanks for letting me know.
If you want to do that, we
Yeah,
can.
thanks for letting me know.
We don't have to.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, he's kind of a, stoner.
Yeah, he's a bit of a stoner. But he's at least a gentleman stoner.
Yeah, it's like, he's like, no, yeah, that's cool, if you don't want to do anything.
Yeah, and in fact, like, at one point when she's kind of starting to have second thoughts, it's like, okay, that's fine. We can just sit here and talk. Or, we can just get to know each other. Because, like, she didn't even know his last name.
Yeah, it's Aldrich. Like, see, I could have sworn it was Ostrich.
Yeah. Alright, that line made me laugh. I don't know why. I guess because I do shit like that, too. I'm like, I feel you, girl. I do that dumb shit all the time. And I'm like, I've been calling you Ben, and your name is Jerry. Ugh. Ugh.
But yeah, so the third girl, like, kind of feels left out, and seems like she's almost joining it.
Just to be with her friend.
Because of peer pressure, and, it's like, oh, like, hey, me too, I'm right here,
Though she really wasn't, they weren't trying to, like, oh, you need to have sex too. They're just like, oh, we're just going to do it just because we want to.
Yeah, they're saying it's like, well, like, you don't have to just because we're doing it. And it's like, okay, that was, that was a good moment.
Yeah.
That was nice of them. But I think part of the reason why she wanted to do it is, like, she, I think, wasn't quite fully sure of her sexuality. It's like, okay, it's like, am I gay or am I actually straight and I just happen to be in love with one person who happens to be female, or am I bisexual, or what am I? And she tries to have sex with her prom date, this one kid, this one dude. And
it's actually very funny.
Yeah, and, well, he's kind of sweet, even though he's a big dork.
Yeah.
And, yeah, she's like, yeah, no, I can't go through with this.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm gay.
Yeah, and
like,
she tells her dad that, and he's like, okay, that's fine. He's does what any real parent would do. Cool.
And things like, I love you no matter what, and it's like you should be, feel free to, tell your friends, tell your loved ones, because...
And in fact, that's even one thing he tries to encourage her is like, you need to tell your friends as well. Because she's a little reluctant because she's like, well, what do they think? He's like, they're not your real friends. He's like, but I know these people are your friends. And thankfully...
Yeah, that they will love you and support you because they are your friends.
Yeah, and thankfully, that's exactly what they
Yeah,
do.
sweet little, parent-child moment. Like, oh.
You expect to hear a violin thing play.
And then later, like, a sweet little moment where she comes out to her friends and like, oh, it's like, well, we love you, hug. It's like, oh.
Like, oh. Yeah, that's the thing. This movie could have just been completely raunchy, but since they decided to put...
just full of, like, dumb stereotypes, or at least about the teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
But it decided to go, like, a little one step further and actually try and make them three-dimensional. And
yeah.
I think for the most part succeeded.
Yeah. The one who I think probably suffered the most is probably Leslie Mann's daughter. I can't remember her name. It's going to bug me now. It's like Janice or something like that. Lisa. Damn it, Janet. But yeah, her biggest issue is just that her pretty much arc is almost resolved before it gets to the end. And that's a bit of an issue. But to be fair, when you're juggling around so many different characters, it's kind of hard to solve that arc, or not have arcs resolve a little too early and go, shit.
Yeah, there's like a lot going on, a lot of running around, chasing off after these kids, and these kids like trying to, it's like, yes, let's do this, come on, let's.
Yeah, you expect your bro, yeah, come on, in the butt. Stuff like that. It works. It shouldn't work. The movie should just be completely idiotic. But because you actually had good writing throughout it, everybody actually usually had really damn good comedic timing. They played off each other, it felt like.
Yeah.
It felt very natural, which is something that a lot of comedies just don't understand. They think natural means, oh, just do ad-libbing. Like, no. Natural, not ad-lib. Because sometimes ad-libbing can lead to people constantly repeating or just bickering amongst each other. And you're like, I don't give two flying shits.
Or just, like, beating a dead horse. Like, okay, this horse was dead on arrival, and I just want to keep beating this stupid joke to the ground. It's like, it's like, okay, stop it. Move on.
It's like modern-day Simpsons sometimes. But thankfully, this movie tried. And that's the one thing I think that most people need to realize with comedies. In fact, most people who make comedies need to realize. There is a bit of a... You have to try at the same time while making it look very effortless. Like, why is Up in Smoke so... it's stoner comedy, it should be easy. No. There's a lot of ingenuity. There's a lot of smart jokes. There's a lot of smart writing here and there. There's also some of them dumb jokes, but you gotta have the dumb jokes to bounce out the smart ones. Like, my favorite joke's still the whole fucking thing. Hey, I see your license? It's on the bumper, man. Oh, jokes always make me laugh. It's so stupid. But you have to, really work. They're a lot of work. Even though they seem so simple, it's because the simplest things usually have the most elegance to them. They have the most work behind them, if I get a little philosophical for a bit. And that's the thing behind this movie. I think it does actually work. There's not very much, like I said, that's bad. The teenagers can be a bit annoying here and there. Yeah. John Cena's daughter, I think, is probably the biggest culprit of it all. The acting in this is all solid throughout. You're going to be laughing your ass off. John Cena has just this good amount of charisma, and he comes off like the perfect puppy dog, kind of like, ooh. You almost feel for him at points. And there's just good, funny stuff that constantly happens throughout this. So.
Yeah. I would say the teenagers, they were still kind of annoying by the end, but they definitely were not as annoying as they were at the start of the film.
Yeah, which shows growth. So.
It shows you actually have actual three-dimensional characters.
Yeah. So curious. What do you give this film then as a final score?
I don't know. I think it's one of the better movies that we've seen this year.
Yeah, strangely enough, it does not help. We have had so many crap films.
So much shit coming out, and so much stuff is like, it's kind of meh.
It's just...
It's like there are worse ways to waste a couple hours, but there are better ways too, kind of thing. It's like...
Yeah, I'll quickly dive into it about that. It's just... I think this year has been very uneven. It's the problem. Like, you got a lot of pretty good or great stuff or even fantastic movies right at the beginning of the year. And this back end of the year, there's just been so much crap. Like, when people call August the dumping ground for summer movies, it lived up to that 100%. September felt that way, and so did October, and so did almost all of November. There's been some bright or some at least lighter spots, but it just feels like it's been weighted down by so much bullshit. I mean, it's been hard that I've been sitting there going, well, what can I recommend that's in theaters? And for a while I've been like, there's nothing I could recommend. Or it's like, oh, we go see this movie if for this reasons, and it's very it's like very like, okay, see it for this and this and this, not for any of the other things. If you don't want to watch this or that, you probably don't want to watch this. And that's where I think the problems have been this year. But this, like I said, it put a smile on my face. Maybe it was, I don't know, lowered expectations, something. But I laughed my ass off throughout the whole film.
Yeah, that was a big surprise to me too. It's like, damn, it's actually funny. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's very surprising just how raunchy and gross they were willing to go.
Probably because lately all the hard R comedy movies just go for ultra raunchy to the point to where it loses even
shock value.
Yeah, you're almost like
even like comedy sake.
Yeah, or you have Office Christmas Party, which didn't go raunchy enough.
It's like tries to be raunchy and just kind of pull back.
Sorry if y'all just shook. I accidentally kicked the thing a little. So
yeah, I think I would have to give this a 9.
Ironically enough, it's probably made people, oh, worst movies ever. I'm gonna say the same. I think this is actually funny as hell. Mm-hmm. I would
very few wrong with it. I think.
Yeah.
Like very few imperfections. I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's a movie I think I could watch again and get more jokes because there's some stuff I was just still laughing through. There's still parts I want to watch again, just see the funniness and goofiness that's going on. I get
you just like Leslie Mann trying to flip the car back over.
Yeah.
It's like, don't tell me what I can't do. Just, you point at me. Mm-hmm. Like that would be me.
Yeah, my little angry little chihuahua.
Why you act like I'm stubborn and don't let people telling me what I can and can't do? Okay, maybe just a little.
So, as you can see, I actually have my phone already ready. We meant to do this earlier this month, of course, or actually the end of last month, but since there was just...
Never really got a chance.
Yeah, there was just nothing... If we went to go see Anna and the Apocalypse, I would have added it then. And still, I want to try and
we're not going to make a video just for this whole thing.
Yeah. So, we're going to talk about what we're going to do this week. The reason why I said you're getting 3 reviews, because of course you're getting
well, not
blockers.
just this week, but this month.
Oh, you're getting more than 3.
What's left of it?
You're getting more than 3 this month. You're probably going to get 5, at least, maybe 6. This week alone, we're going to give you all Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Really looking forward to it. I'm so happy to have blockers, but I'd really like that there's a good movie in theaters. It'd be even better.
I'll say it looks good. It looks funny.
Mm-hmm. It looks fun.
Looks like well drawn.
Animated.
Yeah.
Technically, some of it's also stop motion as well. Or not stop motion, mocap suits and stuff like that. But there's Into the Spider-Verse. We're definitely going to have a review for that. And also Mortal Engines. I've been looking forward to Mortal Engines. I don't want to because there's so many movies I've been looking forward to. I'm like, You
just don't want to get your hopes up.
Yeah. Tired of my hopes being dashed. So that will be this week. Like I said, we'll have at least 2 more reviews just in this week alone. Then next week, we're definitely going to give y'all Bumblebee. I've been on the fence about Bumblebee.
Please be good. Please be good. Please be
I
good. Please be good.
just hope it does not, just dig for itself more plot holes in the Transformer universe.
You're just annoyed that that's not the movie that you were promised.
Yeah, I was promised a damn Bumblebee movie in World War II.
I was saying Nazi Transformers.
Where's there anything wrong with Nazi Transformers, y'all? Yeah.
Or Transformers fighting Nazis.
Exactly. And then we're going to go see Aquaman. If there was a way we could go see it early, I'd probably do that and give y'all an early review of it. But fuck Amazon and their shitty practices and treating their employees like slaves that they think they are. Sorry, Amazon thinks everybody's slaves. They're like, march for us! Yeah, yeah. You can't help it. But yeah, we'll see Aquaman next week. I do not have any hopes for it. So maybe that means it's going to be decent. Or whatever I'm trying to say. So, for the end of the year, we're going to try and catch Vice. I've actually been really looking forward to Vice for a bit. It seems interesting. I'm curious how Christian Bale is going to pull it off. He's a pretty damn good method actor and a very good character actor as well. So, come on, give me something good for the end of the year. And then, of course, we're going to give you our best and worst of after that, if we're able to see Vice. If not, then that weekend you're going to have our top 10 worst of, and then week after that, top 10 best. And we will then also tell you what's going on in January. Because January, I think the first couple of weeks there's nothing to see. It's all like small releases that we're not going to be able to go watch. Like, oh, it is. Mm-hmm. So, hey, that's December. A minimum of at least 4 movies we're going to go see. 2 this week. It's going to be a fun weekend. I hope.
And also coming up eventually, it's our best and worst of this year.
Oh, that's what that. Did you zone out when I was talking about that? I love her, but she's dopey.
I'm just here to sit here and look pretty. I was like, yeah, yeah. Okay,
yeah, like I said, Vice. We'll try and see it. If not, then you'll get our worst stuff. Because I always start with the worst stuff because I want to end on a high note. So let's talk about the best stuff. Though I think you all know what's going to be the best movie this year. Of course, everybody knows it. Maze Runner, Death's Cure. I could finish that sentence. Oh. Oh, God, no. Oh, fuck that movie so hard. I was promised a 2-hour-long movie, not 2.5 hours of bullshit.
I was going to say 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, no. I would have said, Night School, totally. Oh.
For happy time murders.
Oh, this year in terms of comedies. At least there was one good one. There you go. Blockers. Go watch Blockers, though. If you have not seen it, it's on HBO already, folks. Or if you see it somewhere, go pick it up. I say it's worth a buy. Easy. Mm-hmm. It's like, if you like comedies, you're fine with raunchy comedies, get it. It's well worth it. If you love raunchy comedies, you better have seen this. So, hey, that's Blockers for you. Probably going to have Immortal Engines and then Into the Spider-Verse. If they're both good, I'm going to be so happy. I might die of happiness then. So, hey, we'll see y'all later. Until then, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.